And we're live.
Hello.
It's Tucker and the Beard, everybody.
What's going on?
Welcome.
Doing my hand raising. A little from the depths.
Welcome to the brand new Tucker and the Beard Studios.
What do you think?
We have a tiny little bit of tweaking to do on some things, but for the most part,
We got a mount coming in.
yeah, we're going to get this up off the, we're going to be doing some trailer reaction videos for you. Lots of cool stuff. So we brought in a screen so that we can play those trailers with you.
Do weather. I don't know.
I don't know if we can do the weather, but we could try, I guess.
Stop bursting my bubbles.
Stop my bubbles, bro.
Stop ruining my dreams.
I'm sorry if I'm being a bubble burster.
No, bro.
But yeah, so this is the new place. Lights, camera, action. We got all kinds of fancy new gear. We got this beautiful new microphone. So hopefully we've got improved audio quality.
Awesome. We got some cool geek stuff.
Yeah. Just kind of making a little home for ourselves.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. What's new?
Life is busy, and that's a great thing.
Yes. Good busy.
You know, I wanted to, and you wanted to as well.
Yes.
We wanted to. That's the word I was looking for.
Sorry.
I don't spoke good sometimes.
I'm educated.
We wanted to kind of clear the air.
Address
on a minor
yeah.
controversy.
The elephant in the room, so to speak.
Yeah. A little minor controversy that occurred over the weekend. As some of you may or may not know, probably more in the do not than the do. Because we haven't really promoted our company a whole ton.
We had talked about it a little bit. But
on an episode of Cruising.
Yeah, but going into great detail that we have. We are busy men with multiple businesses.
We wear lots of hats.
A lot of hats going on, and we have part of our marketing thing is we have a media company that we had joined forces and kind of created this media company.
In fact, it's the media company that produces the very show that you're watching right now.
Wow.
And that media company is called Murder Media.
Yes.
Now that sounds like a scary name. It sounds maybe a little bit inappropriate to some people, and I get that.
Well,
and it's supposed to be a little bit edgy.
Yeah, when we first talked about it, it was kind of one of those, kind of makes you sit back and you're like, maybe. But kind of going, I'm a very motivational kind of, like, I like the goal-oriented motivational person that, kind of pushing forward. And once we had kind of talked about it, I was in. I was like, yes, exactly. So the name in itself, it goes back quite a ways. I have not always been a real estate professional / movie maker / everything else that I am. Nor have I. Yes.
And so for the vast majority of my professional life, I was in the wireless communication business. And in my role in that business was as a regional sales manager. So I had stores all over Creation. I had stores all over northern Arizona. At times I worked at stores in the Las Vegas metro area and in the northwestern New Mexico area. And part of my job was to motivate my sales team. And so what I would, we would have daily huddles, was what we called them. We would get together, and I would work with either one store or many stores at a time, and we would just kind of get hyped up to start the day. Right. And one of the things that transpired out of that is we kind of came up with this concept as a team that we weren't in the phone business. Mm-hmm. We were in the murder business. And what that means is we were out there to kill the game every day. That's what we're not in the phone business, we're in the murder business because we're out here to kill it every day. And it was just a way to motivate ourselves, motivate the team, and really get ourselves in a mindset to take excellent care of our customers, and move the product that we needed to move.
Correct.
And it is and will continue to be a concept that I will carry forward for the rest of my life because it does mean something very profound to me. I was in, this is a smaller market. Mm-hmm. It's not, it's not Phoenix, it's not LA, it's not New York, it's not Chicago. Yet my team would consistently outperform teams from those big markets. And it's something I'm really proud of.
Right.
Even though I'm not in that particular industry anymore. And so we would, every day, we're in the murder business. Yeah. We created a little hashtag for ourselves and all of that, and it's all in good fun, and it's all in a matter of motivating ourselves and each other. Fast forward to when I got into the real estate world and started talking with my good buddy Mr. Tucker and our third person who's not here at the moment. Because he's the worst. But we came up with this idea that we wanted to start a media company, start producing films for ourselves and for other businesses, and we've made some really great steps along those lines, and it's something that I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
So, and our logo, which I'll flash on the screen here, is it's 3 crows standing in front of a radio broadcast tower.
Exactly.
Right. So, if you don't know, a group of crows is called a murder.
Yes.
So, with Mr. Tucker, myself, the Beard, and our friend Dalen being those 3 crows, when 2 of us get together, we refer to that as an attempted murder.
Because we're attempting for all of us to get together.
Because a group is more than 2.
Yes.
And when the 3 of us get together, we refer to it as a murder in progress. So that's kind of the long and the short of where the nature of these posts come from. I can tell you a couple of things right now. If you're offended by it, I'm sorry that you're offended by such silly things, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to be a thing that we cease doing,
right?
Because it's important to us. It's kind of at the core of our business, both in the media world and in our own respective professional fields. Right. Tucker and I being real estate professionals, and our friend Dalen being a world-class home inspector, because we are out there to kill it every day.
Yeah, we want to do the best that we can, and that was kind of one of those motivational things. And I know when we started talking about it in the Crows, it was kind of symbolic to me, and I have told you numerous times that I've always kind of carried this weird thing with crows ever since my daughter was younger, and we were somewhere, and she had seen a group of crows or something, and was talking about the crows, and she goes, "Oh my gosh," she's like, "that is such a beautiful crow." And it was one of those weird moments because both my wife and I just stopped and looked at each other and were like, you know what, for like trash bird,
we think of them as garbage birds.
Or as garbage birds.
They're always getting in the garbage and stuff like that.
You sit there and look at it and you go, you know what? Like, it is actually a beautiful bird.
It is a beautiful animal.
It is a beautiful bird. It might, be known as a garbage bird. And it became this thing where, I think ever since then, but it really, after she said that, I was like, from the mouth of babes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to speak, and it's like this whole outlook on life of just stopping and stop taking a minute to appreciate something beautiful.
Yeah.
Looking at it from a different eye, and you go, you know what? That's so
it is a beautiful bird, and it's a great perspective, and it's cool that we can learn that kind of stuff from children,
right?
Still to this day,
right? And so I always wanted to incorporate that into kind of future business things, whether it be a coffee shop or some whiskey or something like that. A beautiful crow. So it was what we
think that Tucker and I should buy into a whiskey distillery.
Seriously. Tucker and the Beard's beautiful crow.
Beautiful crow, Kentucky bourbon. But Arizona bourbon.
So it was just
Arizona
kind of,
bourbon.
Everything kind of symbolic coming together. But we had done a post of a video that we had done over within the last week. And it had been like the 10th time that we had done one of these. And we'd actually joked at the time.
People got real negative about it.
Yeah, we had actually joked about it because...
literally right before we posted, we were like, no one's really done, said anything negative about it.
And some people jumped on it and were kind of giving us a little bit of flack, so to speak. And so once we kind of explained it, some people, majority, I think 9 out of 10, understood and thought it was cool. But there was, 1 or 2 that were. So like it's not funny to joke about murder, and it's kind of what we wanted to address. Because that's
actual,
not joking
actual
about
murder is nothing to joke about, but we're not joking about murder. We're joking about, and it's not even a joke. It's a simple play on words.
It's just motivational. Like we're happy when we get to go do cool marketing video stuff together. Helping each other's business.
Like if we haven't mentioned it in the past, which I'm certain that both of us have, but we are insanely grateful for all of the support that you guys show us, and
100%.
Like we there would be no reason to do this if it weren't for the people that are supporting us, and while we certainly don't want to offend you,
we hope that you can.
We hope that you can get on the murder train, so to speak.
Yeah, on the
because
bandwagon.
Because this is what we do. That's not supposed to do that.
I don't know how to work your stuff, man. Do that.
That's supposed to stay
the
on
new studio stuff. Welcome to
glitches. Glitches get stitches.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. So anyway, all that being said,
on a lighter note,
thank you guys for the people who support us and understand us, what we're doing, and choose to keep following anyway.
Yeah. Knowing
how weird and crazy we might actually be.
Doing weird stuff.
We salute you. We appreciate you, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly. We love doing it, so we're going to keep doing it, and we hope that you guys are on board with it and enjoy it. But to a lot of those people, real quick, see the cool little stickers.
Yeah. We got product placement going on everywhere. It's awesome. Fantastic.
But we got some stickers coming out to people this week that shout out. So and if you do want stickers, comment.
Look, I got some stickers.
Yeah.
2 of these are spoken for.
Yes.
I got 3 more and like another 10 or 20 over there too. So if you want a sticker, hit us up. Let us know. Come meet up with us. Give us your mailing address, whatever it is. Don't put your mailing address in the comments. Send it to us in a private message. But
we'll get it to you.
We will get you a sticker, and if we run out, screw it. We'll order more.
Yeah, exactly.
So
anyways,
because we definitely appreciate you. Now,
segueing into the. I'm just going to shake my head at you for the idea, the movie review of the week. I need to set up because this is the first I've ever heard, but kind of over the last couple of weeks we've done some Netflix.
Yeah, last week we did, we've done some Netflix reviews. We did The Highwaymen, we did Bird Box.
Right.
We've got some more stuff coming up. Triple Frontier. And we're going to continue reviewing exclusive content from the streaming services. We just kind of did a streaming service showdown last week.
Right. But on that note, that we had discussed that there was a Redbox exclusive.
So I rent movies from the Redbox on the regular.
As do I.
Like most people do.
Yeah.
And as I went to go return a movie, I saw this banner on the top of the Redbox. And it said, Redbox Original Film.
Which fits in perfectly with what we were kind of talking about. So you brought it up and you're like, hey, there's this original Redbox exclusive original movie.
Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
It was supposed to be, first of all, it was supposed to make for an easy day today.
Which it did, well,
in a way. It was like,
because
listen, sometimes it came out today. The day they were recording this, probably not the day that this will be released, but I digress.
This is all taking place in the same day.
This is being recorded on Tuesday, April 20-something. 24th? 3rd? Sure. One of those days. Anyway, this movie just came out today.
Yeah.
It's a Redbox exclusive. It's Redbox original content.
That you knew more about it than I did. You just said, hey, there's a Redbox exclusive movie. I said, okay, I didn't even know anything about it.
Me neither.
You told me Bob Saget was in it. And I was like...
Bob Saget was in it, and what I didn't know when I suggested that we review this movie is that Bob Saget directed the movie.
Right, until the credits were rolling when we
Now is the time when I'm supposed to take the laptop out.
Okay.
Because this actually had a really cool cast.
This had a pretty heavy cast that are known from some other things.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. I was kind of impressed by the cast that followed with this, but at the end of it, I'm a little disappointed in their life choices. Like, they owed Bob Saget a favor.
You know, because I mean, when you see the cast at face value, you're like, wow.
This is going to
be. So the movie's called Benjamin. By the way, we didn't mention that earlier.
Sorry,
the movie's called Benjamin.
I think even before we started recording, I was like, what's the name of this movie? Because that's how little I knew about it going in, which was kind of a cool thing.
I like to do that, and I like indie movies.
Yeah, this is definitely an indie movie. But yeah, one of my favorite things is to sit down and watch a movie that I don't know
anything about. I saw no hypes, no trailers, no nothing.
In quite some time, all I knew was this is a Bob Saget movie.
Yeah,
that he was in it until it actually started going, and the beginning credits said directed by Bob Saget.
And we got Bob Saget. We've got Rob Corddry.
Right,
who is
a comedic,
always hilarious,
really funny. Normally, he was funny in this movie. He had some funny bits, but I think my struggle with this movie was, like, it was going in the thing of being funny. Like, you were almost there.
And then it just...
Like, it was at that Allstate or State Farm commercial with the guy with the face. Like, oh, you almost got it.
Almost got it.
Like, it was almost there when I was like, oh, okay. And then it just cuts to, it just falls flat. Like, the jokes just fall flat. And this was like a dark comedy about Bob Saget, who's the dad, his son. It's about an intervention.
It's about basically, if I could sum up the entire film in approximately 15 words or less.
Right.
The world's most dysfunctional family fails at executing an intervention.
Yeah, which is kind of it's kind of a funny plot idea.
Dark and dry, and at the same time, not that entertaining.
Right. Well, because it's about this kid's intervention that they're going to do because of the dad found meth. Or he
smelled
meth.
His son smoking methamphetamine in his bedroom.
Which, okay, a chemical odor.
First of all,
that's hard to pinpoint, and that's very exact.
It's one of those things that you have to have some real experience with, I would imagine.
Right, for everybody that
before knowing what it actually smells like.
Previous career.
Yeah.
Yeah, meth is, that's not one of those things where you go, kind of smells. It smells a little methy.
Yeah, a little methy in there.
So that kind of a little bit lost me on there. Just like, oh, you just walk by his room and smell meth. But then all of a sudden there's an intervention. Yeah. Not making any kind of light things about meth, but...
No, because
that's a serious...
Much like murder,
that's very...
Meth is not a joke.
Yes. So... We're not meth media, but yeah, exactly.
No, we're not.
But no, it was it had this very dark plot line to it, but it was kind of a funny thing and if they would have continued by it, and it was one of the it almost had it that it was this failed intervention. Yeah. Because he was inviting all these family members and stuff over, and no one really knew how it was supposed to work, which was just kind of funny.
I mean, the thing failed to start 3 or 4 different times. Right. And you know what? I will say this. Out of the entire cast, Max Burkholder, who I remember, he was in the show Parenthood, which my wife and I like and really, really enjoyed. Right. He was probably the standout performance in this entire movie. Yeah, he was really good in that. But he was great. Yeah, I enjoyed him. In the show Parenthood, where he played a character named Max. He seems to play a character named Max. And I could be wrong, and so I'm looking this up. In the movie Parenthood, the show Parenthood, he had Asperger's. Yeah, he had Asperger's, and I think that when I was researching this when I watched the show that he actually is on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
So the reason, and that was one of the reasons that his character's name was the same as his actual name, because it really helped him out.
Right. No, it's like
Now, I could
also
be totally wrong about that. I'm trying to re-verify that information, and I'm probably not going to be able to do it right here on the podcast.
But I mean, regardless, I mean that's awesome. He's being able to. I also know him from a little family flick that my family loves, it, which is Daddy Daycare.
An American classic
with Eddie Murphy, and he was one of the little brilliant little actors.
But he was in he was in the original Purge. He was in Astro Boy as well.
Okay.
I liked at least the first 2 Purge movies. I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
Then it jumped the shark and got stupid.
Well,
but I mean, and then we had Sherry O'Terry,
and
Dave Foley.
I said right away, I was like, the world needs more Sherry O'Terry.
100%.
I'm a huge been fan of her since the SNL days. Dave Foley, like, he's awesome in a lot of. He's been in so many things, but it was Children in the Hall. Kids in the Hall. My personal favorite is News Radio. Right, he was really good in that. But he's been in.
We have Kevin Pollak.
Kevin Pollak has been
always hilarious to me.
Listen,
I love Kevin
Pollak. Going back
Pollak.
to, Willow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
you're taking it. You're taking it in the Wayback Machine.
Or
and that's
going
great.
into one of the little things like anybody that ever hasn't seen this '80s classic, House Arrest.
Oh yeah,
like playing the dad.
I'm with
House
you.
Arrest.
I'm with you.
I mean, he's been in so many things. He was recently in The Marvelous Miss Maisel that my wife and I watched.
I gotta check that out. He was in The Usual Suspects.
Yeah,
A Few Good Men. He's always great. So he's one of my. He's one of those he falls into that category of dudes who have been in everything.
Right.
But you can't ever spit his name out.
Right.
And that's the same with Rob Corddry.
Yeah.
You've seen his face 1,000 times, but you couldn't for the life you spit out the name.
Right, and he's been in so many awesome things. But as far as the best acting in this movie, we just named, my personal opinion, the 2 best actors in this movie.
Absolutely.
Being Kevin Pollak and the main kid, Max
Burkholder.
Max Burkholder.
And then we have Marilyn, I can't pronounce her last name, Marilyn Rajskub. It's got a J next to an S and a K. There should be more vowels, but there's not.
She the girlfriend or the wife?
She was the girlfriend.
Okay.
And she was in what I remember her most from was the show 24.
Yeah, she was from 24. She's been in a lot of different things.
She's actually getting into the stand-up comedy game right now.
Yeah, she's really, really funny, and she. Listen, there was one scene between her and Kevin Pollak that I'm like, why is that there? And I'm fine. Spoilers or whatever. They get into a farting contest.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't know if it was a contest, but it was just they were just going back and forth, farting in each other's company. Which, whatever.
And I'm kind of going, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, here we go.
And then it turns into a little romantic.
Yeah.
Kids, that's not how you impress the...
Probably not in the top 5 ways to woo a potential partner.
Yeah, just...
it is not
my personal recommendation of how to do that. But, I mean, for the cast or whatever, but the acting was just... It was rough sometimes.
But it was hard to tell if it was intentionally so.
Right.
Or not. That's what you don't know, because... all of these actors and actresses are good. They're decent. I mean, even Bob Saget.
I mean, he's got the Full House.
We all know who Bob Saget. At this point, it's 2019. We all know who Bob Saget actually is.
Right.
He's not Danny Tanner.
Right. He is not Danny Tanner.
The fact that he pulled off Danny Tanner, tells you that Bob Saget is a good actor.
Right. On a normal basis. I mean, listen, he had a lot of... It wasn't terrible.
No, and so
part of me wants really choppy.
Part of me wants to just sit down with him and go, was that on purpose, bro?
Because then it seemed
not that I have that leeway to talk to Bob Saget that way, but did you direct him to be so forced? Because everything felt kind of forced and a little choppy.
Forced and choppy, and then it seems like the other actors were trying to mirror that.
Yeah.
But it's like you took... like a weird movie of, I don't know. There seemed to be like 10. I'll just use the number 10 different actors in this family.
Yeah.
Threw them in a room. Each one of them has weird problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like setting up for something as this intervention of kind of like, hey, everybody's got problems. Then they all start going around the room talking about their problems.
Yeah.
And they never get back around to the
actual intervention, to the kid Benjamin.
Who has a meth problem.
Yeah.
And I use this because at the end of the movie...
It's not that thing.
He doesn't have that problem. Like,
yeah.
And that's what I mean as far as this movie. It never...
And he had,
never jumps the hurdle.
He has very few lines in the movie.
Yeah.
But when he speaks, it's almost like Silent Bob.
Right. Yeah, that you're kind of like, oh my gosh, like he's saying something.
He's actually saying something. He doesn't speak much, but when he does, it means something.
Yeah, and you find out that he's kind of the most mature in the room.
Yeah, he's the one who
has
got
it figured out.
His stuff together the most.
Yeah, everybody.
Even though he's got his own little problems.
Right.
I will say this.
He's going through stuff. His parents or whatever. But at the end of the movie,
kind of a typical teenager in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but it's kind of like my whole thing through this whole movie, whether it be jokes, whether it be the actual story in itself, it's like it's kind of going. Here's the hurdle where it's like, okay, it's going to be funny, and it never gets there. And the story, it's like, oh my gosh,
it had so much more potential than it showed us. Yeah, that's what hit me.
And by the end of the movie,
that's what hurt me.
Yeah, by the end of the movie, it's just kind of all wiped. Yeah, he's not the one with the meth problem.
Yeah, I've seen Bob Saget go all out.
Yeah.
And it really just felt like he was holding back here.
Yeah, I'm just like, it would almost get there, and I'm like, oh my god, this could be like a funny bit. Oh no.
And then it falls off.
Yeah. Oh, this could be a really symbolic, funny moment or whatever, like a funny movie with a good message. No. Nope. It never got there.
Yeah, it could have been a dirty comedy with a heart of gold.
Right.
And it wasn't. It could have, been so many things. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
But
not knowing anything about the movie.
Yeah.
And kind of going,
they did no promo for it. There was no real way for anyone to know that it was coming out. So this might be the first and only review of the movie Benjamin that you ever see.
Which is kind of why we wanted to do it.
Yeah, we wanted to get out in front of the crowd. There's a lot of places to do movie reviews. And anyway.
And even looking up Benjamin, there's nothing on it.
It's hard to find, even if you Google Redbox original movie. Nothing.
Yeah.
So it was hard to find any information about it.
And kind of go through. But, so for what it's worth, and mine, it's a Redbox dollar, whatever, movie.
And it had a really cool indie vibe. And I'm not going to say it was a bad movie.
No.
I'm not going to say it was a good movie.
It was just kind of,
It was Shazam.
It was Shazam.
But less entertaining.
Yeah, and it just...
Because at least there wasn't cool action scenes in this movie.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I'd be intrigued to hear other people's thoughts on it or whatever, but my personal thing, if it was a stream movie, I'd be like, okay. But, but I don't think it's going to be
I would have been happier. Actually, I found out some information. So this being a Redbox original film, what it means is that they have, I think it's like 90 days of original rights to it right now.
Okay.
So it mainstream, and to be honest, I'd wait for it.
Yeah, that was my kind of vote. I didn't know which way you were going to go with it as far as it being so what that says of just being like, I wouldn't spend the money on it.
Yeah,
but
I would have been less offended by this movie had I watched it on Netflix versus gone and
You're right. If I watched it on Netflix or streamed it or whatever, I'd be like, okay,
not a big deal.
All right, it was okay, but so
that's our take.
Take that.
Hope you like the new studio.
Let us know. Seriously,
let us know in the comments. Thank you guys so much again for all your support and for watching every week.
Appreciate it.
We love you. Until next time, he's Tucker.
He's Beard.
We're out.